What are some really dumb hobbies, mainly practiced by wealthy individuals? Buying an expensive car and then keeping it in your garage without ever actually driving it. You should watch Meekum auctions sometime. Some guy will die and his collection of never-driven Corvettes will go on sale and fetch barely anything. I saw the most epic 18 type of lifted and mean-looking van. $17,000. OMG. I cried that I wasn't there. That is what makes me mad about watching those auctions. Cool shit will go for something I can almost afford. If I were rich, I would destroy the cool but weird market. Even though I enjoy the taste, collecting ultra-expensive wine and not ever drinking it. Technically it can be an investment, but if they never sell it then it's not really an investment IMHO. I don't get collecting things that are meant to be used and then not using them. My Steam library would like a word. My library would like a word. You collect libraries? No, he collects libraries of libraries, you idiot. Wouldn't that then be libraries of libraries of libraries, and not libraries of libraries? I thought scream therapy was stupid at one time, but I think I am starting to understand it now more. It's fucking awesome. I lived on the road for a while, so when I was in the middle of nowhere I would just scream. When you scream in such solitude, there's something about it. No one there to witness you going full goblin and releasing all your pent-up emotions. Farmer in the distance. What the fuck? This guy has caused skinwalker sightings. Very possible, I am a wook of a man and this was out in Utah. Collecting the same Rolex in different variations. And never wearing any because it's in a safe. On here someone related about a very rich guy. Asked why he didn't wear an expensive watch to show how rich he was, he just said, "Why? I am rich." I mean, you shouldn't be buying an expensive watch to show off, but shit like Patek Philippe watches are literal works of art that you can wear, so I do get the appeal. Yeah, most high-end watch collectors do it because they like watches. They clearly have enough money to collect pretty much anything else, but they like watches. I really get that. I mean, I'm not into watches, but I easily could be. They're pretty fascinating if you look into them. They are very cool. I only have one, but it brings me a lot of joy. Climbing Everest. Really, the Sherpas are the GOAT for frequently scaling Mt. Everest's peak year in and year out, but you hardly ever hear anyone praising them for the feat. Now, if more of those wealthy folk actually did all of the climbing and carrying of their own supplies, plus not taking a guide, Sherpa, with them and actually did make it to the top and then back down, then I'd be impressed. Sherpas are constantly praised. It's just the exceptions, like the dude that thanked his sponsors instead of the Sherpas that rescued him, that give a different impression. I've met two people that made the climb and all they could talk about was how amazing the Sherpas were and how they could not have done it without them. They get praised, but I still find it funny that the time I summit Everest because a lifelong story to tell and the Sherpas do it a handful of times per season. Fox hunting. Is it hard? I hear you just need to keep chickens and the foxes come right to your doorstep. They're talking about the fox hunting as practiced by the rich land-owning toffs in the UK. They wear pompous red coats and riding gear whilst riding around on horses guiding a pack of dogs who track, chase and kill foxes usually by ripping them to shreds. Just to add that hunting live foxes is technically illegal in the UK, so a lot of fox hunters move to drag hunting using the scent of a fox in a stuffed toy. Of course, this still causes massive issues because live foxes will also follow that scent and the dogs kill the real ones. Both types should be banned. As a person that has always kept chickens, I don't like foxes very much, but we still shouldn't set dog on them so they'll be shredded. So if I am understanding this correctly, they basically just ride around and watch the doggies kill the foxy and then go, what great fun the doggies have had today. And then they turn around and claim that they actually did the hunting? 12-meter yacht racing. Like standing fully clothed in a cold shower and tearing up $100 bills. By the million. That's a very short race. I bet one of the losers will win if it was a 24M race. Yes, about $20 million per meter. Literally like a boat's length and then some give or take depending on the boat. It's kind of funny to think about a 12-meter yacht race. Breeding and showing dogs, especially the tiny ones with the fucked up noses and tiny heads where their brains don't even fit anymore. Also the ones that cannot give birth naturally because their heads are so damn big. That's why those breeds are so damn expensive, they require cesareans. I feel so sorry for most show dogs these days. You look at photographs of the same breed from 100 years ago and they actually look like a healthy, intelligent animal. Now they just look miserable, and they've been dumbed down due to brain case shrinkage that they aren't hardly even trainable. So many breeds should just stop being bred, for the good of dogs everywhere. People who breed show dogs are actually largely very committed to the longevity, health, and well-being of the breed. I have a friend who has an MD and a PhD in genetics. He breeds and shows Great Danes. One of his proudest achievements is that the community of breeders who show Danes have managed to double the life expectancy of Great Danes in his lifetime. They used to live about 5 to 8 years, now they consistently live about 12 to 16 years. People who breed dogs just to sell them as puppies and don't show or compete their dogs don't usually give a crap and are just looking to make money. There are some good breeders, but if a breeder isn't showing their dogs, it's much more likely that they don't give a crap. Buying solid gold toilets and other items. I used the solid gold toilet in the Guggenheim. Could barely lift the seat, and it didn't even stay up. I admit I peed sitting down. I've been to the Guggenheim. Where is this gold toilet? In the bathroom. Next to the golden shower. I live in Germany. A guy in my neighborhood hit the lottery. First thing he did was to fly to Russia and go bear hunting. I can't understand why it's someone's dream to kill beautiful animals. Almost like the movie Ghost Dog. Who knows, maybe he will end up killing a half-naked president riding on top while he's at it. Seems promising. And this is how Germany started WW3. 3 for 3 would be kinda impressive NGL. For it to be a world war, it has to come from Germany. Otherwise it's just sparkling global conflict. Being cheap. One of my friends has the money to buy the restaurants we eat at, but if we split an item she'll fraction out how much she puts towards it. I only ate 1 slice of pizza and there are 6 in total, so I'll put down 1/6. She also factors this into tipping. Drives me mental. Rich people don't get rich by giving away their money to us peasants. Learned this the hard way recently. I'm a lawyer whose services got engaged by a couple who literally begged that I take their case at floor cost. Fast forward to the day I realized they were very very rich, Maybach rich, and yet very 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 cheap fucks who act like getting billed $20 for an hour-long consultation phone call that they agreed to pay for was equivalent to me robbing them blind. Infuriating. They're also the most demanding and neurotic clients I've ever encountered. $20 an hour? Might as well just call it pro bono at that point. Bro, you could almost make that doing DoorDash. LOL. I pay the neighbor kid $50 to cut my damn grass, and he doesn't take an hour. Someone once told me that Jerry Seinfeld owns a massive garage in which he stores one model of every single Porsche car ever made by Porsche. Like, why? I understand collecting some cars if you're wealthy, that's a cool hobby, but every Porsche ever made? Like, what does he do with all these cars? Pour himself a drink and just look at them? You know damn well he's not driving all of them. I met a guy who owns every M-series BMW ever since they started to make them. He even bought a large plot to build a 2-level garage in order to securely store his collection but at the same time open it to petrol heads as a sort of museum, so guess that's cool. He might be one of the few that actually does drive all his cars. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.